Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome. Welcome to a balmy Sunday morning here in Melbourne. By balmy, I mean it's goddamn cold. But you know what? It's not cold here because it is a goddamn pleasure to have each and every one of you. Today, I'm wearing a three-piece suit. A three-piece. I know, the tie looks rubbish, but have you ever tried doing a tie in a webcam? It's rough. Today we are casting an international scrim between OC and FBY boys, the OCE clans, and the USA clans, 10th Mountain Division and 20th Panzergrenadiers. I hope I got it right this time because apparently I've got it wrong all week on stream. That one's on me. That one's on me. But before I get too much further, I'm going to introduce my co-hosts. As always, we have some bangers of co-hosts. Let's move over here, and that man to your right, that's Noppers, the man, the myth, the legend. Basically needs no introduction, so I don't know why I bothered. But Noppers, how the hell are you, mate?
Hello, my chap. I am wonderful. I am also wearing a dodgy tie, as you can see. It is Sunday morning. I don't want to do the top button up, man. And I think we talked about that before.
Yeah, so, we're not doing it.
It's just, hey, I'm sitting here in a tie, in a suit. Well, I'm not wearing any pants. Let's not go into that. On a Sunday, and here we are doing some fantastic stuff, man. I'm really glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
No, you are more than welcome. Obviously, who else? Who else am I going to go to when I need a co-caster? I feel a bit outranked, to be honest, given some of the stuff you've been casting, but that's all right. We're going to roll on with it in any case. I was sort of thinking, though, there's only two reasons that you that's one. There's only two reasons that you ever get into a suit on this early on a Sunday morning. The first is a court case, and the second is the races. And we're not doing either of them. We're casting an international match. It's exciting. USA versus OCE. I have no idea what's going to happen, but whatever happens, I am going to be genuinely excited about it. Before I get too much further, though, we do have a third co-caster, second co-caster. I don't know how these things work, but you will hear in a second the disembodied voice of friend of the stream, Max. Max, how are you, mate?
Disembodied, thank you. First, I want to say, Noppers is actually not wearing pants. I saw him in the dressing room right before the stream started. So that is confirmed, but I'm definitely rooting for USA on this one.
You what? That's all right. I've just finished telling everybody that I've given you an honorary Australian citizenship. You're an honorary Aussie. Let's hear the accent. Let's give the accent a crack.
Oh, I might, bloody oath.
Fuck, that's better than mine. Jeez.
Oh, I know, it's not bad, is it? But just to check your bona fides, Max, I want to do a little bit of word association. All I want you to do, I'm going to give you a very Australian slang word. What I want you to do is to come straight back come straight back to me with a translation for our American cousins.
Should be easy. I took my test a couple months ago.
Let's give it a crack. First one is Macca's.
Macca's. Oh, McDonald's, obviously.
Servo.
U.S. company.
It is U.S. company. Servo.
Gas station.
It is a gas station. Well done. The third one, a little trickier. Darts. What are darts?
Ooh. I remember this. Cigarettes.
Damn straight. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that proves honorary Australian Max. He's here to smooth out any cultural issues we might have playing against our USA cousins from across several ponds. Are you excited to be streaming here with us today, Max?
Absolutely. More excited because I've seen OC. I like their work. They're really good. And I've seen 10th Mountain PZG.
Yep.
Also, another banger of a clan or combination. So I'm interested to see, what happens.
Yeah, obviously, the 20th Panzergrenadiers playing with the 10th Mountain Division. I've got a little post-it note stuck up here because I refuse to get it wrong. By refuse to get it wrong, I will 100% get it wrong at some stage in this match. So just having a look up on the screen there, we can see that the clans are loading in. Just from having a look, it does look like most of the 10th Mountain lads and Panzergrenadiers are there. So we're just sort of waiting for the OC lads to filter their way into the server. There is still 5 minutes to go. Noppers, you've been casting quite a lot of the OCE content at the moment. There have been some fairly memorable games recently. I'm looking back at obviously OC. The last one we casted together was the OC FBY Boys. So pretty much a similar team to this with a few ins and outs. But an OC FBY Boys match versus Sesh, which was an amalgamate Chinese clan. Obviously that game didn't go so well for us.
It's look, that's right. They're hard fought though, aren't they? And we've got to also think about it this way a little bit. The Oceanic community is only just starting to get into the competition scene as of what was it, March that BPL started. So realistically, that cohesiveness that you get out of a full 50 isn't there originally at the start of this year. So we're getting on track to build up to that. Whereas if we think about some of the other teams from the other regions, they've been doing this stuff for, maybe 2 years, a year. I don't know. I can't remember. I need to work that out. So they've got a head start on that competitive, coordinated gameplay. Now, I think the main point to register here is that we're still trying to build on our combined arms, and I've seen absolute improvements in combined arms play, even as early as Friday night just gone, where I was watching a match where you saw tankers with infantry support. Oh my God, that's unheard of, 6 months ago, but here we are. Look how far we've come. I am genuinely interested to hear those stories, to see what happens in this particular match, because this is the first push of matches between Australian, New Zealand and US clans. We've really only seen most of the Asiatic region play in the friendlies. This is now the first time we're going to see some really big stuff happening with what the US servers do. And they play differently to the Asiatic teams.
They absolutely do. And I thought I might bring Max in on this just a little bit, if that's all right, Max. Obviously, Max plays a lot with us over in the OCE community, but he does play with his US brothers quite a lot. Max, obviously, master of the 300 ping shotgun here in Australia. Do you see any big differences to the way both pub matches and competitive matches are played in the two different regions? Any big differences in the way in what you've seen?
From what I've seen, I think that the U.S. teams, just from playing with members of their clans on their squads, I think they're very communicative. They're very direct, contact, Roger that. But I was talking to one of the head honchos, Colonel Matthews of 10th Mountain, and they just started their clan recently, maybe in the past year or so. But so far in recent history, past month or two, they're 2-3, but they've lost to 3 really good clans in the U.S. But they've also beat Easy Company 5-0, as well as and Merc and DC 5-0. So, and those are all those are really good servers for public casual gameplay in the U.S. So it should be good.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not familiar with Easy. I probably should be. I've really got to get across some of the other competitions, and I'm sure Noppers can speak to that a little bit more. He's definitely been out and about streaming some other stuff around the world. But Merc especially, they're a hell of a clan to be beating 5-zip. That's genuinely impressive. I'm assuming our OC boys should be worried. They are prepped though. They will give it an absolute bash. They'll have a crack. Look, we have been training up. We've got the start sorted. We know where everyone's supposed to be. I'm just genuinely excited. Looks like most of the lads are spawning in now.
Just quickly, mate, you are part of OC. We need to remind folks out there that you joined OC a couple of months ago, and you're on the journey of learning with them. And I have seen that, OC and FBY Boys really want to get into the 50v50 competitive scene, and kudos to them for giving this a red hot go. So they've been working hard on practice tactics, working squad level stuff. It's wonderful to see, because competition is where it's at in the future, ladies and gents.
Absolutely it is. Let me just set a couple of alerts off, because it is 11 o'clock. The stream is live now. That's genuinely exciting. Here we go. Noppers, you casted the last match we had against the Chinese clan. That was, correct me if I'm wrong, that was the Chinese clan Evo.
Correct, mate. That's correct.
And I think that was a full combined Big D team that played on that one. That was a cracker of a match. I watched back your VOD, and for anybody else out there, go check this guy out, Noppers. I'll make sure he writes something in the comments so you can go find him. But go follow this lad. Some of the casting he's doing around, especially the OCE community, and if I'm not spoiling anything, potentially a lot more international matches coming up. Go follow this guy.
The Evo match, Stu, that you were asking about before, and thank you for that. Those comments too, by the way, mate. You and I will be working together in the HCA area, which is the big premier stuff in the US. I've been invited to cast for that, so I'm really excited. And I'm Stu here is coming along, whether he likes it or not. and pants are optional. But let's talk about Evo, that Evo match. Now, you played in it from memory.
I did, yes.
And that's why you couldn't cast with me on that day. But that was great because it's a good experience to actually jump in for some of these things and then be able to talk about them later on, of course. The Evo clan, it was a collaboration from memory. Aurora and something else, I can't remember actually. I'd have to look that up. They have a very deliberate style. Asiatic teams, it's what I've seen. It's very deliberate style. When I say deliberate, it means they're well considered when they do move. They fire and move together as it's a clan, team, squad, whatever. Oceanic guys, and I think the US guys do this a bit too. We tend to charge forward a bit more, grenades out. Balls hanging low, grenades hanging high, and that's that can be to our detriment against some of these more considered teams. This is where I think folks like Deadman, we talk about him as a trained killer. He's very deliberate about how he does things, and he kills a lot of people as a result. And that's what we look for. Anyway, Stu, we got action. There's a bit of airplane action. What's going on there?
Yeah, look, this is a couple of tankers, obviously forgoing their normal armor to jump on the wing of a plane. You don't see this very often. I wonder if that's a tactic they're going to start using in the game once it has started.
It's circle teabag work. Is this a mating ritual we're watching? I think that's a mating ritual, isn't it?
Obviously.
Has anyone got an Attenborough voice?
We might need to blur this.
This is a pair of tankers learning how to mate and doing their little dance.
And it creates a Stewart.
I can't quite read who their names are, by the way.
It creates a Stewart. I fucking love that. Well, obviously, a lot of love there between Moondog and Lord Boone.
No, see, it's not those two that are mating. It's so the female is running between the two to see which one's the best dancer.
I honestly don't know what Moondog's going to say about that, but look, we're going to run with it in any case. Blue Rose Jelly, I think the stream's actually live now. We're obviously 15 minutes in the future because, that's the way this works. No map blocker today. Look, I can use map as much as I like, and I don't have to block it. That's great. No map blocker, kitty. But we are 15 minutes delayed, which I know it makes it a little difficult to have a chat to you lads. Noppers, hello. That guy over there in chat, go click on that lad. Go give him a follow. He's doing some great stuff over on his channel, and it's a pleasure to hang out there. Maxim, if you can chuck a little something in the comments as well, you have yourself a YouTube channel that is going absolutely goddamn ballistic. What's that one video was up to about 400,000 views? That is genuinely insane, mate. So make sure you chuck us a link in there, and we'll get a few lads to come over and give you a quick follow, my guy.
You're too generous.
Nah,
I love his 300+K video. That's the meta you want to crack. Max, I don't think you've worked out how you crack that, but that's insane. It was a good video though, man. Hell of a slaughter. You would have been pissed at the end though. That would have been annoying because I've had that happen a few times too.
All right, the map has just rolled 30 seconds, and we're going to get this one underway. I don't know about you guys. I'm actually excited. We'll leave our faces up just for the moment until I can sort out my admin cam again. Obviously, I have to go back and do it every time, but you know what? I'm vaguely okay with that.
What's our map, Stu? What are we doing? Where are we going?
We are fighting over Hurtgen Forest. It is going to be 10th Mountain Division and 20th Panzergrenadiers. They are going to be on the American side, which I feel like is a little bit fitting. Versus the OC FBY team are going to be on the German side. First, Blue Rose Jelly, you are first. Alrighty.
What are we fighting over here? While you're sorting that out, mate, it looks like we're fighting over the Scar as the centre point on the map that I saw there from Stu. Yeah, okay, so Coal Trail, Jacob's Barn, and the Scar. That's straight up the guts of the map. Nice and linear, nice and campy as well a little bit because there's two ridge lines left and right of that, and the Scar is an absolute shitbag of a point to fight over.
It is a meat grinder there, isn't it? Especially with those 2 hills and the river next to it. There's just a lot of open space. I'm interested to see how this goes. So let me spawn in and I'll get ourselves a little bit of camera. You'll get to stop looking at our ugly mugs because, hell, you can't do that forever. Let's go a little bit of admin cam.
And while you're doing that, Stu, I'll probably talk through a little bit of what this map means from the perspective of the north side of the Scar. We've got Siegfried line down the south of the Scar point, and up north is North Pass, of that little city area. But with the Scar, the area that tends to be the most dominant for attacking forces is the north-northeast area, because it's a heavily dense forest with lots of opportunities to come in through different little valleys, ridgeways. There in Stu's image, you can see on the screen here, sort of at the top right of screen there where that blue marker is.
Yeah, absolutely.
The fact that there's a blue marker there tells you in spades what someone's plan is, which is to go straight to that area we're talking about. But why is it so important? Because there's so much defilade ground, defilade being, rolling terrain that people can hide and run behind and get close to the point they're trying to assault without actually getting shot at range. The other factor, of course, is if you look from this image that Stu's got now looking down south, you can see it's a lot more open down there. So when you're trying to run around down there, people are up on the ridge line to the right, sniping at you. People are up on the ridge to the left, sniping at you. It's shit. So I reckon you're going to see quite a bit of play up north of the Scar rather than south when they're fighting over that particular point.
Absolutely. We're just going to go have a look at the USA lads, what they're setting up, what their setup looks like. Obviously, all their nodes going down. What I might do, if it's all right by you lads, we're going to switch away. I know you put on a suit for about 10 minutes of content, but that's all right. We're going to switch over to the casting screen.
Ready to rip. 3, 2, 1, gone.
You can't look at us forever. You can't have my ugly mug on the screen for that long. So nodes going down. Obviously, they've got their start of match sorted. A bunch
Stu,
of
I'm
lads.
interested.
Yep.
Sorry, just before you go, I'm interested to see if they start engineering the artillery or nodes area. That is something that was pointed out in some of these friendly comp matches that are occurring. Is the oceanic community, we don't put up a lot of engineering, barricades and stuff, whereas Europeans certainly do, the Asiatics do. They get bunkers and things around the nodes, around the artillery. They put in extra defense around that artillery so they don't get sniped as easy, or they cover sniper lanes onto the artillery. That's important, I think. But I'm interested to see if they actually do that and whether our guys do it today.
It doesn't look like they have. Just having a look at the artillery there, it looks like they put down the nodes and they've pretty happy with that. Match has just started. Warm-up is finished. So we're going to get in the middle. We're going to go and have a look at what's going on. Obviously a little bit empty because we do have admin camp. We are a little bit quicker than everybody else. A little bit quicker than infantry on the ground with our admin cam. So let's swing over there and see what this assault from the OCE community looks like. Pariah,
just the commander at this stage, mate. No one.
Yeah, look, I'm
got this.
I'm sort of picturing him do the big "follow me," pistol in the air, running forward, and there's nobody running behind him. That's probably going to be an issue for him. Gobatron and Jumpy are the lads out onto the right there. The other thing, it is a little difficult to pick out on the admin cam, trucks. There will be a bunch of trucks moving into point. There you go. And you're seeing some of them come in now. There we are.
Artillery falling, bit of early artillery there falling, preemptive artillery. Oh, I think they got something. That was a good
they
kill.
did too. That was absolutely huge. It looks like that was a transport truck moving across. I think most of those lads you can see in the center of your screen at the moment already got out of it.
Oh, he might have drowned, actually. I don't know, but that artillery is landing there, so...
That artillery was right on top of it. All right, the fight's going into Scar now. It looks like, as you said, the OCE lads are pushing up pretty heavy to that... what is that? The forest to the top of your screen at the moment is the north that Noppers was talking about before. OCE lads have pushed very quickly onto point. There we go. We've got Citizen X, Cash Cow, Jagged Rifle, Harry Flashman sitting on point at the moment. Trogador taking a few shots. That's right. The grenade's going to take him out anyway.
That's Jag Panzer, who's changed his name because he's not playing a tank today.
Right.
I reckon that's Jag Panzer. That's his normal name, folks, but he's changed to Jag Rifle because he's not a tank. Love it.
There you go. That's most of the OCE lads going down to Sidious. I can't see who that is on the senior sergeant there, but Trogador as well. They've managed to push out the OCE lads for the point at the moment, but as you can see, the sector control from the top of your screen is as you'd expect. They've set up quite a lot of stuff and that is towards the east at the moment, which is the top of your screen at the moment.
Stu, if you look here, look where that artillery is landing, and if you watch every so often a tank round or an anti-tank round goes underneath us as well up to that area. It's the US forces here have pre-positioned firing arcs. That's what's occurring here. So at a comp level, when you're using that type of weaponry, you would have gun sights laid in on a little cheat sheet or something, so you know exactly what settings you're going to put for what parts of the map. And that artillery was incredibly accurate. It was running its way along the trench line, which means that they've done some significant work in working that stuff out. And
absolutely.
It is arty fest at the moment. There's, there must be at least 2 guns a team here dropping at the moment.
The people to watch for on OC.
All of them. They're fucking awesome.
I had a quick look over the list beforehand. Obviously, we've got Pariah as commander. He is one hell of a commander and a damn good lad. He'll be pushing his lads forward at the moment. There you go. That's a rocket. I'm not sure.
There's a tank to the right. There's a tank to the right. It's machine gun fire was coming in just north of where, or just above where Guac is. There's a tank up there, and that anti-tank rocket that just went up was speculative. That one wasn't. It did the deed.
I did see body parts flying.
I can tell you a few of the people to look for here if you like, Max, on the OC team. So, as Stu was saying, Pariah, an excellent commander, very calm commander. Pariah is. I do like that about him. He's very stable. Deadman, obviously, we can see him on screen there. He is an absolute beast, absolute machine. Speaking of beast, NVS beast is someone who plays regular 50v50.
Oh yeah, he is.
It's like I run though. He's either good or he's not. It's just hot or cold on the day, depends. But he's one to watch. Lotion, or Lotion as his actual name is pronounced. But I call him Lotion. Very good squad leader, Losh, and does a great job up there. And he's in that squad with Deadman, by the look of that, who is dead, ironically. Thanks for that. A couple of the Foy Boy players in particular. Harry Flashman, very, very good player. Whiskey Man, really good with a single shot rifle. But one to watch out for is that recon squad that was up to the north of the map, which is Gobertron, and I can't remember who the other person was. Gobes is an absolute machine of a recon player. I think that's his absolute niche, and he's a very, very, very good recon player. Kashi is very aggressive. He'll play pretty well here in the middle with Jaeger in particular. So there's a few name drops for you, and that'll keep them happy. Some great players there. Soups, of course, he's one of our video content producers for Big D, and he does some random stuff. He's a pretty good player as well.
Jeez, I'll tell you what, this point has been absolutely backwards and forwards. Look, the US teams have got the advantage at the moment, but it is swinging back towards the OCE lads at the moment. It has just been a murder fest, as we predicted, a murder fest over Scar at the moment. And look, that's what you expect from here, is lads trying to push in, getting pushed off the point again. Artie is going absolutely ballistic.
Look, isn't it? There's some great kills there from Artie.
I am liking the use of the flares, the new flares, from both sides.
Yeah. Just to be able to see, that's it's been a huge change in the new patch. The new patch, obviously, not just new maps. The recon squads getting flares is absolutely massive. The ability to know where your opponent is, turns out it makes it easier to kill them.
Sorry, mate, I'm actually literally just sorting something out here, but I know the flares. I haven't actually used one yet. Have you actually tried it yet?
I haven't pulled out a flare yet. I feel like I should have. I've played recon enough. There you go. Kashi's the only one left. Agilon taking some fire on the way in there. He'll bandage up and continue the assault. Soups No Rules and Harry Flashman pushing up towards the right of your screen at the moment. The point has swung back. Hello from Merc. City Beats. Hello to you, my guy. Thank you very much for the first time chat and welcome. Obviously, 15 minutes delayed, so you're going to get this message in 15 minutes time. Timey-wimey. Wibbly wobbly bullshit. Sullyban has managed to take out one of the lads to the top there. Evo Platypus. Evo Platypus going down. I'm not sure whether he's trying to sneak into the OCE side of things by taking one of our animals, but that's fine. We'll let him have it for this. It is a solid name.
Clash there has been lobbing rockets all day out of that spot. So, and there's the counter rocket, and they're trying to hold that bunker. This is a pretty good push here from OC, but look at that north sector as the US forces start taking control up that way. We're going to probably see a trim down in the blue force unless they can hold that area. We've got plenty of the blue guys coming down into the point here now, and that's really good work. Of course, it's It's such tight fighting in that little bunker complex at the bottom right of the screen there. It's so hard to fight in there. Grenades and shit going off. You just never know where the next thing's coming from. I think what the important part here is, and I'm seeing it today for the first time in any of the matches that I've screened in the Oceanic side, fire support coming in very effectively from the top of the hill and really just holding the US for. Look at that. Look at that.
That was a great rocket. That could be absolutely clutch. The OCE teams look like they're going to take this point. They've got... there's a satchel.
Wow.
No, bombing run. It was a bombing run. Apologies.
I think that was a satchel that just dropped off there, mate. That was a single shot blow up just then. But it's pulled out enough of the forces from the OC boy side that they're actually now starting to lose the point again. It's contested. This is tough. This is
huge. This is an insane first point to be fighting over. It has been backwards and forwards for the entirety of this match so far. We've got Agilon. Kashi's obviously holding his own in that bunker at the moment. He's now supported by Wit and Standoff. Joshua Tree moving into the left at the moment. Sergeant Clash. Ridleysia, that felt weird in my mouth to say. Fearless and Ikbiller. Words are difficult, especially Hell Let Loose names are especially difficult. Sergeant Clash going down there. Didn't see who got him that time. Fearless is going to hold the fort. Joshua Tree's managed to sneak his way in behind. He'll try and do some work from that side. The point is going back towards OCE.
See the Sergeant JT, let's call him JT, who just got blown up. But where he was hiding behind that bunker, this is an interesting point here. He's a squad leader. He was holding back so that if his troops were getting... there's a bombing run. But he was holding back so that if his guys were getting cut down, at least he was protecting the OP. That's something that we've talked about a few times is, having your squad leaders survive long enough to be able to put up your OPs and garrison stuff.
And that is the last of the US lads on the point itself going down. Harry Fleshman off to the left, taking some fire. That Yardy has just murdered the USA reinforcements, and it looks like the middle point. First blood is going to go to the OCE lads. OC and Foy boys absolutely getting the job done at the start of this match. That is huge. And they've actually started to take the next point. Let's get up there and have a look at what that looks like at the moment.
Told you, man. Gobotron, one to watch. Absolutely. There he is on the next point. Yep. That's pressure now for the US forces. What happens here is the OC Foy boys have got to consolidate that point up. We've got pressure on this point now. It's only one or two. There's a spawn wave coming. Look how far back that spawn wave had to come in, because the point was taken and they didn't have enough forward. And of course, there's a lesson here as well. If you're a squad leader, you get in on your OP, you lift your OP up. When the cap turns, you put your OP back down. At least you've got a forward attack. They did not have that. They were caught unprepared. I think they thought they were going to hold it. I think they thought they had numbers, but some great artillery, some great gunfire, some great bombing runs. And that's the end of the point from a US force. What the hell just happened on the point there? Is that a respawn?
What's kind of interesting is the new bunkers too. The interior of that radar tower, that's brand new.
Oh, is it now?
To the right?
The update.
Is that up to the right? Up to the right of screen? Yeah.
Where Colonel Matthews is. I'm interested to see if they... Because I've played games where people just hold that and it's impossible. Like, there's little window peaks inside.
Oh, nice.
Don't mind me whilst I get lost inside of this bunker.
Yeah, we may never come out of here again. This could be it. I'm glad I'm not wearing pants.
Unless I find the clipping button. That's all right. We found a door.
It's Jay. I've had to remind myself a few times of that.
Yeah, right?
And then don't forget to put it back on, because what happens then is you forget, and as you zoom across the map, you zoom through the bottom and scare the fuck out of you and everybody watching. So, Stu, I think now's a good time to just have a quick look about where the blue 4 garrisons are. Maybe a bit of a map look.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's have a squiz. So not much in terms of forward Garys at the moment. They do have a Gary on the Scar, but we do know the way OC plays, they will be looking to put up that good defensive ring of garrisons.
And their plan will be to never lose this again. That's going to be in their mentality. Right, we've got the middle point. That's it. We hold this forever, and by all means push forwards. But you can't lose if you hold this. Technically in the game's technical parameters. But you can see now there's supplies going in down the south there. Still. And rocket, that'd be NVSB's firing a rocket to the moon. Did you see it?
Yeah. He does love a good skyrocket, doesn't he?
All the time.
So now, given I know it's not OC leadership, this is a match that's being run by Pariah, who's a Foy Boys lad. But I guarantee you we're going to start seeing that that OC sector control come into effect. And that's what you're seeing at the moment. They're spread out. They'll start putting down garrisons, start putting down points to allow them to respond to any threat that hits Scar at the moment. There is a little bit of an attack going up. That's towards the south, which is the top of your screen, well, middle of your screen now, I guess, at the moment. And they're just starting to put on pressure. Deadman, Handpig, Loitian, Soups No Rules, That Fat Guy, and Danger Klaus, Jesus, Beefy Sausage, Clarence. That is some names there from the OC community. Deadman, probably one of the best players, I'm going to say, in the OCE community. I know I'm going to piss a few people off by saying that, but nobody's going to argue that he's one hell of a Hell Let Loose player.
He's going to die on screen in front of you now. That's how it works.
That's all right. We're going to get nice and close in and see what he's doing. There you go. As soon as we say his name, of course he goes down.
Deadman is a dead man.
Deadman is a dead man.
The curse of the streamer. As soon as you focus on someone, they die.
Yeah, absolutely. There we go. We're going to pull back out again. Have a look at what's happening with the Scar. Lots of infantry marks from the OC guys coming up now. Yeah, and they've absolutely got that right. There is USA infantry, the red berries that you can see in the center of your screen. Red berries, raspberries. I still haven't figured out what we're going to call them, but we're going to go with something in any case.
Tangerines. Here's the tangerines coming in.
The tangerines? No.
Or cherry.
Cherries? The cherries works too, but...
yeah, a few of them getting popped on the way in here.
Yeah, popping some cherries means something completely different, so we're probably going to stay away from that one. It looks like that push is mainly being dealt with. It looks like it's been called out. Sherkle and Nakajim on Tron 2-3. There you go. That was a trade. Both of them going down, but it has cut out that. Argent...
See that Gary's mark?
That garrison is marked. It looks like the mark's been taken down, though.
That'll be Whiskey now trying to flank and get that. Just out of curiosity, Stu, while we're watching this, and they did shut this down, but this is the attack area we were talking about before. And it didn't work. The Foy Boys squads there are good enough to know that that's the problem. Off to the left of screen, I did see a couple of orange tangerines, and they're doing recon work around the back here. So there, yeah, Wendy's 444.
That's an excellent question. I should look at what some of these are. Or can you just give me the ability to show the whole name on there? Sergeant Havoc and Corporal CPL. That's Corporal, isn't it? Can you tell I'm not an army man? Corporal Nictophile. They're going to start to go to work on the OCE backline now. Tattoo is sitting back there. That is one hell of a name to be having in defense. I know he's been doing a lot of work on artillery. It looks like Spencer.
He's on arty defense. He's on arty defense, I'm guessing.
He is on arty defense. Spencer and Rule 303, they're going to work on the guns at the moment. Tattoo, it just looks like he's sitting out there waiting for that recon squad to come in. Sergeant Havoc is pushing up, so we'll see a little bit of a fight. I'm tempted to not stick around here, however, because even though one of them will kill the other one, the main fight is happening back over here to the middle. So let's speed our way over there and see how the Scar's going for the OCE forces and see how that attack from the US is going.
So how many hours has Tattoo got in the game? Do you remember? He's like rank 5,000 or something from memory.
The answer to that, Noppers, is a lot.
More than you, me, and Max combined, I think.
100% he does. I'm not sure. I think he was the first person in the OCE community to hit the new level cap. My God, if that man put as much work... There you go. That's the Sergeant Kayak going down there. That was the tip of the spear for the US forces. Sergeant Evo Platypus. Evo Platypus. I fucking love that name. I'll give him that. But I'm pretty sure he was the first one to hit the level cap. And if he put that amount of hours... If he put that amount of hours into literally anything else in the world... He'd have it covered. But I'm glad he does this because it gives us some great names.
Is that what you're telling me?
He'd be Bill Gates if he was trying to cure cancer. We'd have the fucking thing licked by now. But I'm absolutely glad he is playing Hell Let Loose because it gives us one hell of a person to watch in this game. Even though I'm assuming we're not going to get back to Artie that much. But there we go. This is a push now from 2 squad leaders from the US side. From the US side.
They're getting shut down pretty well here, aren't they? The Oceanic guys have really closed this point off well.
Yeah, they've absolutely. There are no marks. It isn't marked, but they'll be communicating amongst themselves. Harry Flashman is pushing up. Guac is pushing up onto Evo Platypus at the moment. Harry Flashman just going down to Senior Sergeant JT. Is that?
I don't think they know they're here. I don't think. Yeah, it's Staff Sergeant, mate. But I don't think they know they're here because there's no markers. These guys have learnt, intel saves lives. Pings save lives. There's the spawn wave coming in the bottom here, but there's no mark yet. I reckon Harry only just discovered that they're down here. you'll probably see a marker come up shortly because he's pretty good at that stuff.
Yep. There
I
you
have
go.
a question
What?
for you guys. What
What
do
do
you
you
think
got,
will
man?
play more? America's use of guns or Australia's war against the emus? What do you think will help more for each side?
We've never won that war, mate. I just don't think we ever will.
It was a
I
good
know,
training.
I
though.
know. And obviously-
you may need to explain that to the wider community. Tunes. Well, they think we're mad. I mean, it's bad enough we're not wearing pants, but now we're talking about fucking fighting emus.
What we do need to talk about is the Great Emu War. What you need to do right now, if you're not aware of what it is get onto the old Wikipedia and search for Great Emu War. It is a war that we fought against the emus in Western Australia, and we lost that battle. We fought them with trucks and machine guns, and the emus won. There you go. It is a blight on our military history. But look, I don't know. I think the experiences we gained in that war will put us in good stead for this battle. But there, I am worried about the US. The USA lads, obviously, Max, you guys are born with guns. I'm pretty sure you get your first gun on or before your first birthday. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they shit guns as they move around.
I'm not going to lie, Noppers. That sounds a little painful, but obviously it's working out for them because this push, they've managed to push the OCE lads back a little bit. Most of this...
attack up there.
Yeah.
That one. That's what's happening here, Stu.
Yeah, so what we're looking
They're
at the
using
moment...
300 ping shotguns?
We are using 300 ping shotguns. Max, obviously you're an expert at the 300 ping shotgun on the OCE servers. I'm wondering whether some of these lads are using those tactics, but in reverse. Playing on the US West server. Look, I know you brought it up for the 300 ping shotgun, but I do wonder whether ping will have any sort of impact. We did do some tests during the week, and it looks like we're sort of... For the OCE lads playing on the US West server, it looks like we're sort of getting about that 200 ping mark. Obviously, a fairly even match at the moment, so I'm going to say it's probably not much of a factor. The net code for this game is really good. Yeah, no.
This is the who's who up here of the Oceanic community. This attacking force.
Oh, isn't it just? Look at that.
Have a look.
Danger Klaus, Hubert, 17 Jaeger, Handpig, and Soup Snow Ruse. That is a terrifying list of names right there. There you go.
And around the back, repurpose as well. That's got 4 people chasing her just there. She's dead now, obviously. But yeah, this is the who's who of play, Max. You were asking about people before. This is a brilliant attacking force out here, and this one squad will really wreak some havoc on the US defensive line here. And you can see that they are putting a fair bit of resource out there to try and stop that attack for. I think there's more defenders than attackers out here.
Yeah, I played with Danger Klaus before, and I thought I was pretty good at the game, but if I see him on the opposite team, I'm just quitting.
I think anybody that's played over the Big D servers, obviously we play a lot on the Big D servers, we love it, has played with Danger Klaus as commander. If you're playing against him, you know what to expect. You don't win too many games against Danger Klaus when he's commander. He is just a squad lead tonight, though. Obviously, Pariah taking the mantle of squad lead. I think he's going to go down to, who's it? G. Torren. G. Torren. It looks like he's shooting at him, but I don't know how he hasn't seen him.
Untouchable.
He shot a tree. He shot a tree.
Now I know how Danger Klaus is doing this. You just can't hit him.
There you go. Kane going down. Kane going down to Danger Klaus there. G. Torren took a bunch of shots at Klausy. No dice. Clementine is going to be the next one. Let's see how Danger does here. And then we'll... I'll tell you what. That point is contested. Cal Trail is contested, which is obviously the next point that the OCE lads need to take. Danger Klaus hiding. He's going to be a bit of a bushwookie at the moment. Hiding from Clementine. Danger Klaus will absolutely be able to... He did get hit. I think it was one of the grenades that got him.
Took a frag, yeah. Here we go. Watch out.
Yeah, he's going to go down now. Surely. There you go. Clementine doing the work. Kane coming back after he got brutally murdered before. But that was some good work from Klausy. It looked like he was invincible. Let's head back over to the Scar and just see. There are a few little red berries that it seemed to have snuck their way in there.
Yeah, it was good play to watch there, Stu, actually. And that's what you love about this game, isn't it? And especially in admin cam, you can come in and have a bit of a scratch around. I think there's a good push coming here, Stu, from the orange guys. I think there's a really good push coming in here. They're starting to take a little bit of sector control back. Yeah,
it looks like a spawn wave just went into the right of your screen at the moment. That's Airbag's shirt. Airbag shirt. What a name. Evo Platypus again. Obviously, I think Evo Platypus has been assigned to a offense squad.
Tank right in front of us. I just realised Red Dragon down there below us.
There we go.
Fire support, pillbox, mobile pillbox on the point. Panther tank,
Yep.
lovely tank.
Taking down Airbag's hurt just there. Red Dragon getting some reps on that Panther. That is a hell of a good spot. Kayak, I don't know whether the OC lads know that Staff Sergeant Kayak is sitting in the bunker right there. Sparrowfart with his machine gun, obviously just doing a bit of overwatch there, trying to figure out whether or not he can cut any reinforcements coming in. But it does look, for the moment, most of the fight is towards the top of your screen. It looks like there is a spawn wave from OCE. Clarence, that fat guy, NVS beats, Harry Flashman and Standoff coming in towards the middle of your screen at the moment. There might have been a call to get more lads back on the point. I'm assuming Kayak's going to be found out now. Somebody's got to get in that bunker. Clarence looks like he's drawn the short store. He's going down to Kayak there, so you'd expect him to be bumping up that information. Fatty knows there's somebody in there now, so he's going to be pointing the gun.
Oh, what the
Artie, ineffective. Fatty going down to Kayak. Looks like it was a trade there. E-Bill is the last one left alive. He'll be pretty hopeful that that's the end of this assault.
That's what that call for arms was just then, was that they would have known that there were two separate waves coming in, one sort of north of screen there or top of screen there, one bottom left here. And they've called for people to come back and defend that. And they've done that. That mobile pillbox thing with the Panther is great. But look what's going on the hill here now, Stu. That's what you're moving towards right now.
I'm moving up there at the moment because I saw the point start to do. Oh, there's a bombing run. I'm not sure.
Run. That's the Oceanic bombing run, mate. Because they've got forces pushing down from the hill. So there's a recon up on it. There's a bombing run going up over it. They've killed most of the forces on there. Hopefully picked up the garrison. Now the infantry is ready to push in on the point. There's a tank there though.
Absolutely, there is. That is a Greyhound. Tank going down. I didn't see who got that one, but that was a hell of a rocket, given I can't see them. Handpig, it's not going to be him. I'm not seeing.
That was fire from the other hill, mate. That's that support fire. I'm sure it is.
That was huge. Dead man on point. That's something to terrify people. There's a tank now. That's the tank we were looking at before. Jagdpanzer, Eski, and JM. Is that the new Tiger? Is that the new Tiger skin?
That would have been what killed that Greyhound. My apologies. I thought it came from the other side of the map, but I didn't realize it was a Tiger over here. This is a brilliant push, mate. They've got this. If they get those spawn wave off to the left of screen there, there's enough threat on the point right now and enough push. I think this is going to go OC's way, this one. I think this point is about to fall.
I think you could be right. Deadman going to absolute town in the middle of the point there. We do have Manus, Beerus Manus. What a name that is. Chuck Nass something. Corsair, and we do have a bit of a spawn wave coming in now. Danger Klaus is sitting around the back. They're not aware that he's there. Danger Klaus going down to Corsair. What? He couldn't do it this time. But that fat guy and Deadman sitting stalking point at the moment. I think you're right, Nobbers. I think this point could still turn.
Where's the garrison? Look at the spawn wave. Look how far away that spawn wave is. That is not good for the US forces here. That is far too far away. That
absolutely going to be problematic. Hubert's not going to know that spawn wave is behind him. He's going to be have to hold that off. Let's see whether he's aware. He's not even pointed the right direction. Hubert going down to Fearless Kayak. God, I don't know who it was. There's about 20 of them. Okay, that's a lie. It's a bit of hyperbole. I think there's about 9.
The point gone. That garrison is now fallen. There's a spawn point. Oh, that's a bad spot to be in for Soupsy. He's got like 20 people, as you said, coming at him. They just lost their garrison. No, it hasn't turned yet. My apologies. It's actually gone back the other way. It was contested. Now it's going back to the right again. Oh, this is tight. That spawn wave's finally making a difference. Where is the garrison from the Oceanic community? If it's close enough, they might be able to push numbers. Let's think that tank went down, did it? No, it's still there.
That garrison is still up. There's the Tiger. That's Jagdpanzer's Tiger in the middle. Jeez, he's picked a dicey time to get out of his metal box right there. There you go. Jagdpanzer going down. So that Tiger is going to have one less humans in it now. Hopefully he got enough repairs off, because I think he's going to need it at the moment. There you go.
It wasn't Jag Infantry before, that's Jagdpanzer. That's Jagdpanzer there, so someone's named themselves after Jagdpanzer as Jag Infantry. Be one of the Foy boys doing that for a bit of a giggle, they love it.
Just to confuse the living shit out of me.
Interesting too.
Oh, I tell you what, have you guys been watching Deadman absolutely do some murder on point at the moment?
This is what he's good at. Look how deliberate he is as a player.
Yep.
I mean, Tarkov, anyone? That's clearly what he's played in the past. But he's there and he's just picking off his targets as they rush in, which is something that we're mostly all guilty of here in the Oceanic community, is pushing in hard. There he goes, finally dead. I mean, he's taken down a few though, hasn't he?
I want to know what that kill streak was from him. I'm gonna ask him after game, and I'll let all you guys. I won't be able to let you guys know because clearly the stream will have finished by then. But yeah, that was an absolutely massive push. The point almost turned. We almost had it.
But they're really now, it's reset all of the attack from the US forces who were just starting to get a little bit of momentum down the front there.
It does.
They're starting to go back there now. You can see some markers there for where there's spawn points and stuff. Yeah, there's a few garrisons from the Oceanic guys, so that's good sector control there. Not seeing too many red zone. Oh, there they are, way up northwest and southwest.
Yeah.
So the red zone garries are about 2 grids away from the point. That's what allowed them to do this attack, Stu, and they coordinate. It's coordinated. There was artillery, there was a tank, there was infantry. OMFG.
No noppers. Say it ain't so, my guy. Say it ain't so. Coordination in the OCE community. Look, we absolutely have seen that over the last few months. We've seen the OCE community grow and start to get better at these 50v50. I know, like, the biggest domestic competition we've had here in quite a while has been the Big D Premier League, the BPL, which was a 25v25, and I think we're starting to see the ability of the OCE communities and clans to start doing these 50v50 matches, which is a different kettle of fish. There you go. Big spawn wave from the OCE lads coming up at the moment, and the cap has started to turn again.
Yeah, there's a murder ball around the back there that's just slowly chewing its way through all the orange forces here, where Klausy just died. There was a bunch of orange died before Klaus went down there. So
one of the biggest issues I think we're going to see for this point at the moment, we're looking at Caltrail, is if you have a look at the red berries towards the top of your screen, the main OCE pushes off to the left. It is getting hammered by artillery, but look, unless those red berries towards the top of your screen can be dealt with, obviously they're going to be on the flank of these lads that are moving onto the point to the left of your screen at the moment.
Tiger just went through the middle on the road there to the right. Pretty sure that's a tiger. If not, it's a panther. I couldn't quite see it that distant.
I find it really difficult to tell after the update. That looks like a panther, my guy.
The camo job gives it away when you get closer to it, but also the shape of that top turret at a distance, if you can see it. It's a bit harder from up high because it's blended in the back of the tank, but that's a panther. Super quick, super nasty. They won't stop. If they've got no infantry around them, they won't stop. And it is a hard tank to kill, to be honest. It is a very hard tank to kill. I think that garrison around the back there for the US forces has been taken down. Where Clarence is, that's where a spawn wave came in before, and there's no spawn wave coming in now if they're all there. So that's important.
Let's have a quick squiz. It looks like they're going mostly OPs only there. There is the garrison that you can see up towards this part of your screen at the moment. But
look at that control, Stu. So down the southeast was where one of the garrisons for the US forces was. That's now covered in blue. Where Clarence is just there was another garrison there for the US forces. That's now covered in blue. So 2 of their defensive garrisons on this point are gone.
Absolutely.
They've got their next garrison is way up north, and it's already marked. So the Oceanic guys have got some great intel going on here, working out where all these garrisons are, and they've been taken down, and that's allowed the point to cap back towards them.
I'll tell you what.
Tank's disappointing. Go on.
Have a look at these blueberries that are sitting on point at the moment. They're starting to spread out. There's just the 3, sorry. Well, 2 now. I think I said it right just as I said it. He died. But there's only a couple of red berries, and they look like they're spawning off an OP. Spawn wave just going off to your right at the moment. Hubert's going to be moving up on the backside of them. Trogador going down. Looks like probably to Hubert. Beerus Manus is going to try and push in and help out. But this is a good amount of OCE lads sitting on the point at the moment. I'm just going to swing out this way, and we can see what this USA attack is looking like from the north, which is the top of your screen at the moment.
It's a bit dead up there. Now, I just want to make a point about Hubert here. Remember, we saw him get shot in the back before. Guarantee you he's gone right, fuckers. And he's turned around. He'll be heading back off down there to deal with that. Yep. It's gone. There's no spawn points. This is Oceanic's point. They have taken this, and they've taken it by clearing out the Garys. The north is a threat up on the top of the hill there, but it's over.
Oceanic supplies just going in on top of Guac. Guac will be putting up a garrison now. I think this point's going to turn. I don't see that the US lads pushing back onto this.
There's not enough cap weight. There's not enough cap weight. There's a big spawn wave north. Oh, there it is. The cap weight is starting to play. Where's that tank? That tank needs to put fire on there. Is it enough? Is it enough? Sure. I think they've got it. I think they've got it.
This is going to be huge. If we can get enough lads and enough weight back in there to hold off this attack. There it is. Oh, is that contested?
Now gone. It's now contested back the other way because it will. But the thing is, the top of the hill, the garrison just fell, which means the US forces cannot spawn in up there without OPs. We also see Gobatron back there on the last point, now putting pressure on the last point, which of course now fucks with their heads and goes, shit, we're going to lose the last point, send some people back there. allowing the Oceanic forces to consolidate the defense on this point if they're quick enough.
This is huge. At least coming this far in the match alone, let alone if we win this, could be a massive moment for the OCE community. This is huge.
I want to see the US forces, as much as I'm clearly rooting for the Oceanic community here. I want the US forces to do something spectacular here. I want them to show us what they can do when their backs are against the wall, because this is the point where you turn a match around and the glory is taken, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And even though that last point is already halfway capped, this still could go either way. This is
It is. Look at the pressure coming on the point now. Where's the rest of the orange forces there, Stu? There must be more somewhere nearby.
There's a few lads up there. It looks like there's been a big spawn wave back. They have gone full defense on that. Some of the lads are putting pressure onto Caltrell. Actually, Caltrell's still being capped.
That's too many defenders back there, though. Surely, like you'd have to know the fact that once one or two people spawned back there, it stopped being contested, and you knew that the point had just been taken forward. Sending 20 people back there is not a smart move.
I tell you what, they might need it. Have a look at that.
That's a great spawn in. Whoever did that, there must be a Gary there, is there still, or something? I don't know.
Let me have a quick squiz.
Bottom
what have we
left
got?
Corner, bottom left corner.
Bottom left corner. They've got the old HQ Gary in there.
That is a favoured gameplay here, and it's worked well for them. And there's real trouble here for the US forces, mate.
Jesus.
But look at the midpoint, though. It's sort of going backwards and forwards as well. Whatever the next point over was.
It looks like the defensive squads over Caltrail is that second last point for the US side. It has started to cap back. It looks like the defensive squads are starting to get their sector control back. Geez, I'll tell you what, this push has definitely scared the living crap out of the US lads.
Great play. Great
play.
Oh, yeah,
look,
this is top shelf stuff.
Huge. This has been a banger of a match so far, hasn't it? I don't care what happens from here. This has been an absolute pleasure to cast from you, Noppers. And Maxim, this is crazy. Are you enjoying this match today, my guy?
I love this match. I'm learning a lot. However, I expected more of kind of a fight in the middle.
It wasn't there, was it?
I didn't expect. Yeah, I didn't expect Australia, OC, and Void Boys to push in this deep.
There you go. Bombing run going in. I'm pretty sure that'll be an OCE bombing run.
The interesting point,
was not.
I was done about 20 minutes ago. I mean, I wanted to point something out in a sec, but 20 minutes ago when I saw combined arms fire, I didn't care who won or lost. I saw combined arms fire.
It's like we're learning.
Now, Stu, because we've been so wrapped up in this so far, and it's been such great gameplay. Look at the time, mate. How long has this battle been going for?
This battle has been going for 40 minutes so far.
Not even halfway.
Not even halfway.
Halfway, and we've had about 5 hours of content.
It's crazy. This blows my mind. And this is why we do this, isn't it, Noppers? Games like this, where you've got two very good sides up against each other. Just a reminder.
Last point's getting capped. Sorry, man. Last point's getting capped. I'm excited. I got tingles.
Oh, yeah, look at that. That is an absolute fight over the last point at the moment. I don't think I can call it still. Spawn wave coming in from the top, but that is a lot of blueberries on the point at the moment. Sammy D, Gremlin and Standoff. Urkel, what a hell of a player.
They're murderballing. They are absolutely shredding the US forces here. Max, I'm surprised how... this is usually what's happened in the Asiatic games, is that our guys get mowed down a little bit by the Asiatic teams, but it's sort of the shoes on the other foot. Although, having said that, there's a couple that dying on the left. There's a spawn wave in as well. That's not enough. They need so much more back here right now. The Blue 4 have got this locked down reasonably well. I think it's going to start going back the other way as they get as it starts to flip now.
Absolutely, just as you called it, Noppers. That spawn wave from the left, have a look at those red berries. They're going to start trying to take back this point. Can I just quickly jump out? Yeah. So those two attacking Garys, right down on the edge of the map that you can see, they'll allow us to provide some sustainer. So airhead going in, that's going to be... that's the OCE airhead. The lads will get around it and try and defend the living shit out of that airhead, because that could be huge. That could be GG.
Yeah, absolutely. What's going to happen here is they're going to defend the shit out of that and spawn almost everybody on that. Game over, because it'll just be a massive spawn wave. About 10 seconds time, we're going to see either GG occur. Fuck, get your RD on there, get your grenades, get your rockets, get your tanks on there. US forces, you've got to stop that airhead or it's GG.
Right now, I wish I had access to their map and their pings. There you go. There's the spawn wave. There was about 6 of them coming. That's huge. Jesus, this could be it.
That's it. It's it.
Yeah, I don't think, barring some sort of miracle, this match is going to the OCE community. This is huge.
Bravo.
And that's it.
Bam.
That is absolutely... That blows my mind. Obviously, the OCE community, fairly new into this, to take a win against such quality opposition as the 10th Mountain Division and 20th Panzergrenadiers, that's huge. We're going to switch over to our post-match screen. Noppers, get your face on, my guy.
Yep.
And we are... Dude!
Bit of sideways.
I know edge of your seat is supposed to be a colloquial saying, but I'm literally on the edge of my seat. That was huge.
I love matches like that. I didn't care who won it. The tingles are there, but I did care because I really wanted to see OC step up.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And Stu, honestly, the thing that did it for me in that, and I'll say it again, I'll say it 1,000 times, and we watched it this time, combined arms fire objectives. It just works. There's a reason why real militaries do it, and there's a reason why the Asiatic teams do it. And we just watched like firepower come in from the hills, Artie landing, and the infantry pushing with that in mind. The bombing run that came in on the point with the infantry following it. That's why the Scar fell. Not the Scar. What was it? Fucking whatever the next point was.
Caltrail. There we go.
Caltrail. Yeah, it fell to the OCE community because they combined arms. Pariah. Told you he was a good commander. Patient. Well done. He has earned his way to winning that match.
Absolutely. Pariah absolutely crushed it as commander. Jeez. I don't know what to say. This was huge. Everybody played the living shit out of that game. Max, did you enjoy that one, my friend?
Enjoy? Sure.
Max is like, I'm from the US. Fuck you.
No. Speaking of combined arms, like on Hurricane Forest, you usually don't see tanks. So that was really good to see tanks, and even tanks like pushing it far. But I think the U.S. trained for the map being upside down against Australia. So I think that's what went wrong there.
Well, see, that was their mistake. Obviously, they were playing on their server, so it was the right way up. They should have thought of that. Why did they not think of that? Noppers, thank you very much for jumping into chat. Maxim, I'll start wrapping things up because we can't do this forever. Maxim and Noppers, can I get a vote for man of the match? For mine, that play on Caltrail from Deadman was absolutely emblematic of why he is one of the best players in the OCE community. My vote for man of the match would absolutely go to Deadman. Noppers, what do you think?
Okay, so I'd absolutely agree with you from a deliberate kill perspective. Yep. But man of the match for me is more than just someone who kills a lot of people. Yep. I think Klausy was someone we went back to a number of times that was in the midst of big things happening. Every time we went over and had a look at, something's happening over here. That point's starting to turn. This is starting to happen. The first person we saw was Klausy right in the middle of it.
It was too, wasn't it?
And that's the thing. The other one I will say is that in the right position every single time to capitalize, as you should be, was the recon squad, repurposed Gobotron, those guys. I can't remember who else was in there. And so every time that a point was about to get capped and then was capped, you would look over and there's Gobotron already starting to take the next point.
Yeah.
So it's those two there, and repurpose was probably part of that as well. But Klausy and Gobotron were the two that we saw always doing things or involved in it. Let's not go past, though, the fact that Hell Let Loose is all about defense as much as attack.
Absolutely.
And whatever squads we stopped watching on the defense on the Scar obviously did the job to the best ability for the win.
Lads like Sparrowfart, they would have been absolutely crushing it. I know I tend to focus on the point that's actually being fought over at the time, but some of those lads that sat back, like Sparrowfart and his machine gun, they would have absolutely crushed it for us, and that was huge. Maxim, did you have a standout in that game? Did you have one player that you thought absolutely deserved a man of the match?
I'd say Pariah from OC, because he sat back, guarded artillery in the beginning of the map, and I'm assuming he put some outposts to see if there's any enemies coming. But then we also saw him a machine gunner on the front lines. So
Yeah,
right.
yeah, absolutely. So there you go. I think we'll call that. We'll have 3 men of the match. None of us can agree. There were too many good players to call, so we're going to go with Deadman, Danger Klaus, and Pariah, the commander. That's 3 men of the match. I feel like with a win, we can get away with 3.
I'd like to know from the US side there, was there anybody that stood out, like of the orange team for you, Stu, or for Max? I can't really remember.
Look, I always hate calling out the commander because obviously they've got such a central role, and I like to point out some of the little guys. But watching Matthews, there was one point that we flew over him up the top. He held his own up on that radar tower sitting above Cal Trail. And I think he was the lone reason that they didn't have, that we didn't start looking to cap that a little bit earlier. He was absolutely doing some work up there. Yeah, he's a hell of a player. I've been chatting with him a bit. He's a good bloke as well.
Just looking at the stream here now, Stu, it was Harry Flashman's squad that was on defense, by the way. Okay. I just saw that out of the corner of my eye, and those guys held that point. And that was so important that Pariah had that luxury of not having too many back there to have to defend that. Obviously, they had that quick spin turnaround thing. I think that was a point here that the US forces didn't do very well. They didn't have a quick turnaround to new spawn points, did they? They were spawning in on defense 2 grid squares away.
And look, in their defense, it is always hard being on the back foot in this game. Once you start losing points and those points start flipping, it is difficult to start getting back that sector control and changing your focus to where you're starting to fight in the match. Noppers, if it's all right by you, I'm going to start wrapping things up. We do have some things in the works. Obviously, we play a lot in the old Big D servers down here. We're going to do some more. We're going to cast some more public matches because that's what I like doing. It has been too long because there's been some stuff going on, but we'll get back into it. Noppers, you have some events coming up. You're going to start casting over in Europe, I believe. Or no, you're casting over in America. You decided to choose the ones with the right language.
Yeah, they can understand me. You're correct. Just quickly on that, the stuff coming up for us, and Stu, you're involved in most of this with me anyway, in some way or other, by invitation, of course. So HCA, we're going to see how that pans out and what happens there. I think it's going to be potentially up to a 30-minute delayed stream, so I'll probably just pre-record and cast to that. Makes it a lot sexier if you could do that way. You can do some cool stuff. The other one, of course, which involves Max here as well, he's been doing Hell Let Loose trivia with you, image trivia. So Hell
Let Loose GeoGuessr.
A GeoGuessr, that's it. So I've always had this concept in my head of doing like mini games, Olympics type thing in Hell Let Loose, and I've written up a document on it. That inspired me to get something off the ground here. So I've got a 3-game mini event, one of which is the GeoGuessing thing on Max's. Max will be my support person for that. Him and I will be doing it together. Then there's also dodgeable artillery and Red Rover with trucks. And if that all sounds sexy to you and exciting and fascinating, it absolutely is, because you don't have a weapon. You do not have to shoot anyone at any stage, nor do you have to capture points, throw grenades, or literally do anything except live and have WASD skills and maybe a little bit of spacebar to boot. So it gives nubs like me, although I'm running it, a chance to actually survive for a change.
Excellent.
Instead of being shredded.
So we have that coming up. We're in talks at the moment, sorting out the next season of BPL, which I know everyone in the OCE community is genuinely excited about. Well, I know I am, and that's all that's important to me. So you'll get some information regarding that shortly. Look, I'm excited. Let's wrap this up. Maxim, I'll start with you. Thank you very much for streaming with me, my guy. Thank you for providing that cross-cultural content. I was a little worried we'd be a little Aussie heavy here, but I think you've evened it up. Thank you very much, my guy.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure to watch. I've been excited about this because I play on both servers, 10th Mount, PZG, OC all the time. So, and getting to know the guys, I thought it'd be fun to see what happens. But
it was an absolute pleasure to have you, my guy. Noppers, obviously, I'm outranked as all hell having you as a co-caster, but it was an absolute pleasure, my guy. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Always do, Stu. Your streams are great. I love working with you, mate, and always ready to support you for this. And folks, please, chuck him a follow, chuck him a subscribe. He's doing great work for the community, and it's good fun. And if you get 30,000 channel points, he has to drink a beer out of a shoe. Anyway, didn't say. Thank you, sir.
Exactly. No, thank you for doing that, because obviously I feel super awkward about doing shout-outs to myself. So let's wrap this up. Just to recap, that was an OC Foy Boys team from the Oceania community versus 10th Mountain Division and 20th Panzergrenadiers from the USA. That was an international scrim. The OCE Foy Boys lads coming out with a win. And you see that smile is not going away for quite some time. I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. Look, stick around. We're going to raid somebody from that's playing Hell Let Loose at the moment. I haven't decided who, but we'll pick somebody exciting. As always, please look after yourselves. If you can manage to do that, see if you can't look after somebody else too. We're going to stream some more stuff coming up in the future. We'll see you guys later. It's been a goddamn blast. You're all good eggs. I love all of you. Bye.